Greetings everybody and welcome to DeGrand, the Granddaddy Plays Temtem. Actually gonna do some competitive battles in here. I took quite a bit of time to actually train myself up a pretty decent team overall is what I want to say. Has a couple of strengths, also has a couple of weaknesses because almost every team does. But I think we got a pretty decent thing going on here for ourselves. So let's see what we can make happen in here. Yala, I feel like Yala needs to go. I've been actually watching the pro scene for this game for a little bit, and Yowler Kinu, those two together, they are a match that you don't really want to give your enemies. Easily so. So he starts off with Wolfie. I'm not that afraid of Wolfie. Not that afraid at all. Let's see, who am I gonna go for? I'm gonna go for my OB10. OB10 has been probably my most favorite addition to the game in general. In this entire update. This guy is so cute, but he's so good. But he's so cute and I can't get enough of it. Let's see. Let's actually bring in... kind of feel like bringing in Banshee in here, but they probably have quite a few temps that can count him right off the bat. Doesn't matter. Banshee will be interesting in here in the long run. Maybe not even. Maybe I shouldn't have brought Banshee. Ah well, we'll make that up as we go. We get one more ban. I have a lot of respect for Zobian over here, but I think that we should be able to deal with him pretty easily. I also think that I don't want my enemy to have Kino today. I think I feel pretty strongly about that. Now, who is he gonna ban out? Yeah, I expected to see Valash or Mixon in response to my Banshee pick in here. I don't think we will have big trouble dealing with this one. Wolfie just needs to look at him funny once or twice with Dust Vortex, and we're gonna have a good time. Really? Valorant? Oh, okay, if he bans out Valorant, he probably is trying to build up his Noxolol quite fiercely. It's interesting, but I'm not afraid of that. This would probably be my other most favorite addition of this entire update. Mimit is probably the one Temtem in this entire game that just adds more depth and overall strategy to your entire game plan than you would ever imagine. Easily my favorite choice in this entire update, together with OB10. Just because they are not just more powerhouses or more huge walls that the enemy has to overcome, there's actually so many cool things, so many cool plays you can do with them. It's just blows my mind. Okay, brings in Zobian, that's interesting. Yeah, I think for my last choice it has to be my Acronox, because the Amphitheater, which is also very cool, would suffer at the end of all the crystals they bring. And I don't want that. Not today. And them bringing the Nox actually makes me feel pretty okay about still having brought my Banshee in here. I think that will come in clutch. That Valash being there really makes things rough for me. Gonna go for Sparks play, and I'm gonna switch you out for my Wolfie in here. They're probably gonna try very hard to get this Banshee out, because Banshee is pretty easy to take out if you do a wrong move. It is very weak on the physical side, and has a double weakness against lightning, and also weakness against crystal, which this guy over here can employ. But he goes for the madness buff instead. I actually could have kept Banshee in for a turn. Probably would have even been the right choice in here. Ah, we should still be fine. We should still be very fine. My OB10 was able to act before the enemy Valash. So we're gonna give him another Sparks, and then we're gonna go for a Dust Vortex. Crystal Spikes against Wolfie. Wolfie should live that one. That's what I told you. That's what I told you. +2 in special attack, going to outlast the 2 defenses he gave himself, and that's Valash gun. Probably my Wolfie is going to be gun in a moment as well, because that Wolfie is going to take out mine. But I think that I was in much more danger from the Valash than the enemy team was from my Wolfie. I take that as a victory. Now, for my next number. Choice. I think Archipelago is gonna be the safe choice in here. Noxolotl, huh? You would think that I'm afraid of Noxolotl. You would be wrong. You'll be somewhat wrong about that. First of all, I can just use my bush in here. And the cool thing about OB10 is that every time he gives himself a positive buff, he is also going to apply that to my partner, Temtem. As you can see, giving myself the regeneration effect and the bush, the evasion. And I'm going to give that all to my Archipelago as well. And now whatever these two jokers are going to do, it's not going to phase me much. Okay, Noxolotl going for the special attack and defense increase in here. It's going to be a bit troublesome, but not too troublesome, because he has nothing that can hit my OB10 nor my Acronox very effectively. And neither does the Wolfie, really. The Wolfie can hit my OB10 over here somewhat strongly with the Dust Vortex. But in this case, it will also mean heavily overexerting itself. I don't think it is going to do that. Now, actually I also have another small ace in here. Ace in the hole, called like that. I'm gonna employ it against the Noxolotl. Let's see if that's going to work out. Let's see if that's going to work out for me. Switching in my bunch here because I need a mental Temtem for this synergy to work out on my field. He switches out his Wolfie. Smart choice, just sitting it back, letting it heal up a bit. Noxolotl goes with the Toxic Ink. That does no damage at all because I am resistant to poison. And that poison debuff doesn't do as much damage as the Doom that I just applied to my Noxolotl enemy over here. Oh, he's gonna feel that in the morning. Now, Mix is definitely gonna throw out some kind of crystal attack in here. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. I do not know if Mix is gonna be faster than my Barge. I don't think it will be, naturally. But it knows Crystal Spike, and that is a priority move. So, going to switch back into my Archipelago again, because that is just going to be able to tank all the moves they're going to throw into my general direction. And it's going to be fine. See? My Archipelago. I think the proper terminology for this is a pivot. It is a Temtem that I can just almost always switch into almost anything and feel fine about it. The popular variant has Cobweb as its trait, which is pretty nice because it just allows you to deal pretty good damage and while also trapping the enemies in. My Aquinox has a trait that gives it a bit more water resistance because that is something that I found I was suffering with a little bit in here. No, I actually don't have all that much to do. I could just rest, but I think I'm gonna go for Sparks in here, just to keep things interesting. No, I could apply Sting to the mix, just get some damage in there. Let's do that, actually. Let's be cool. Just to let them know that I'm still here doing things. And yeah, the Noxolotl. The Noxolotl will not be with us for long. It actually went for a Madness buff again. That is not going to trigger its passive, right? Nah, it's over 30%. It died. Oh, that was a good try, though. That was a good try. I'm very happy that we got the Noxolotl out like that. That is a great win for us overall. And here comes the Zaobian. The Zaobian has a very strong electric attack that it could throw into my general direction. And I don't want that. I don't want that to happen one bit. You're gonna be safe for at least one attack, but I'm worried about the one after that, so doing a switch in here could be interesting, but I actually don't have any good switch outs I can do in here. Missing Wolfie, missing you dearly. In that case, gonna go for a little bit of a ballsy move in here. I'm gonna try a Burrow. It's a very slow move. The idea is that he's probably gonna use his Mix in order to get rid of that evasion buff, and then I am going to come in and apply that evasion buff again after it. I don't know if the speed will work out like that, but I have high hopes. He actually switches that out immediately. What a guy. I don't mind. Wolfie is eating some poison then. While Mix is still suffering from its own. And it actually went for an energy manipulation against Acronox. That is not what I was expected to happen here. Interesting. Interesting place. Now I feel stupid for having brought out that Burrow in here, but hey. Now, at the very least, I can do a very safe change into my own Mimit now. And Mimit is the greatest. Mimit is the absolute goat, let me tell you. Let's actually go for a toughen in here. That's Owen is a very strong physical attacker, so strengthening my tank a little bit, making it a bit more beefy, seems like a good choice. Gonna go for the energy manipulation again. Doesn't really matter to me all that much. Matters a little bit, but not that much. Maybe it does matter a little bit to me more than I thought. Ah, well. That's probably my Acronox again. Didn't expect him to go that hard on my Acronox, really. That came as a little bit of a surprise, but I don't mind. I got my Dust Vortex up now, so I can at least retaliate. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. You have to rest in here. Goodbye, Romeo. Oh, he's actually switching that one out again. It's fine. Zobian is still gonna take decent damage coming out of my Dust Vortex in here. And I was not exactly paying attention to how much damage Plague was doing, but... Oh, now you go for my Mimit in here, huh? Interesting choices, my man. Interesting choices. Yeah, I don't really care about that one bit. Not at all. But I'm pretty sure we can take out the Zobian in here now. I can go for my Plague, which is gonna be very fast. And I can follow that up with my Sting. For some pretty decent damage. Zobian has low speed and overall low priority attacks. It has one attack that can be very fast, but it needs to be partnered up with a Digital Temtem for that. And he doesn't have one of those. So this poison is definitely gonna take him out. Front Whip. He really wanted to see my Mimit gun. Interesting. I don't mind, but it's interesting. I feel like I never noticed that, but Zobian actually changes its colors in accordance to the extra typing it has received. That is interesting. That's actually very exciting to me. Let's bring an OB10 in here. And there comes Mix again. Now, OB10, I think OB10 still has its bush up, so we can absolutely just go and apply a pretty strong shield of defense for both of my guys in here. And Archronox I'm actually gonna change in here for my Barnshape for return. So that way we can make Mix waste a nice turn of its stamina, because it's definitely gonna try to Crystal Spike something down. Did not expect him to try to go for the OB10 there. That's actually awkward. Doesn't really matter. Did he overexert itself though? I actually did not check for that. I think it actually spent its stamina perfectly there. That worries me. That worries me. I was not checking that closely. I was not checking that as closely as I should have. In that case. Let's go for... Let's double down on it. Digi Threat and Energy Manipulation. If it is trying to do something now, that exhaustion is going to kill it. I was just really not watching if it was overexerting itself or not. I really wasn't. I wish I was, but I was not. And I'm regretting it. Now you are trapped as well, that's fine. Wolfie just overexerted itself, that's good to know. That did so much damage to you, Mix. Crazy. Yeah, okay, Mix did overexert itself. So we could just let the Mix sit there for a while. Let it enjoy itself. And just let the Doom do its thing. Oh no, not you. You need to rest it up a bit. And we're gonna make a switch out in here. I wanna keep the Barnshay alive for the Wolfie just in case, but this game is almost over. One more Crystal Spikes into my Acronox. Shrug that off like a unit, and there goes the Mix. Actually took itself out in overexertion. Yeah, this game is over. There's nothing Wolfie can do from here on out. It kept itself pretty healthy for a pretty long time, but there it is, the surrender. And there is the JoJo pose into the camera. Thanks for watching, guys. It was a great game. I was enjoying it quite a bit. And yeah, I think my team overall has a pretty good thing going on. It is a very strong focus on utility and defense, less on brute force. But we can also bust out some brute force if the need arises. And of course, posing in my sexy bathing cloth in the air, because why would I not? Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, but until then, have the greatest of days, and please do stay as awesome as you are.